want you to eat. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this
Unrivaled.
big shot's gonna give you what you want.
It's too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome back, y'all. How's everybody doing out there in WBB land? We are back with another video. And today we'll be talking about Caitlin Clark and Unrivaled and potentially the ultimate team up.
An alliance?
An alliance. Now get the hell out of here.
And why I believe she should absolutely join the league.
Show me the money!
Now, before we get into that, if you've been residing in a cave somewhere or just need a little refresher, Unrivaled is the brand new women's 3-on-3 league started by fellow WNBA superstars Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. Not everything has been made totally official as it relates to teams, scheduling, and some formatting questions, but what we do know is that the league will be played in Miami starting in January, running through March. The league will consist of 36 players divided up evenly between 6 teams. A small wrinkle that I don't particularly care for is there will be no draft. A committee will be formed to decide the team's roster based on play style, skill set, and some other complementary metrics. Frankly, I think this is a fairly big misstep, as a live draft could have been a spectacular ribbon cutting ceremony, but I digress. The biggest nugget of interest, however, from this new startup is that Stewart and Collier were able to secure an exclusive deal with TNT to be their broadcast partners. By any metric, an absolute home run.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Now, before just a few days ago, it had been widely speculated that Unrivaled, and probably TNT by extension, was putting the full court press on to sign Clark. In a recent article published in the Sports Business Journal, it was reported that Clark and Unrivaled had been in high-level conversations about her potentially joining the startup. SBJ goes on to report that Clark's base compensation for the 3-month league, mind you, is at a minimum $1 million.
$1 million.
This, of course, is reason number one I think her joining the league is an absolute no-brainer.
Well, duh.
But beyond this incredible base salary, the real money can be made by her and her team negotiating a bigger piece of the equity pie that is Unrivaled. One of the more unique things about this new 3-on-3 league is that each player has an equity stake in the league. In the most simple terms, they're all owners. If the league does well, everyone does well. A phrase we heard a lot with Clark's presence in the WNBA this season was, "A rising tide lifts all boats." Well, in this instance, it's in fact the business model. If Clark does decide to join the league, this could be a massive return on investment for her long term, even if she only decides to play in the league for a couple of seasons. There's nothing saying that Clark can't negotiate 1 or 2 seasons of play, but still retain that equity ownership in the league. And for all her fans saying there's so much more money that she'll have plenty of time and other opportunities, I implore you to turn down $1 million check and equity that could be in the 8 figures lifetime for 3 months of playing 3v3 ball and then get back to me.
Damn right.
It's obvious that a Clark addition would undoubtedly drive many, if not all of her fans to the league. Stewart, Collier, and TNT know this, and they made a quite savvy, albeit telegraph move by signing college teammate and fellow rookie Kate Money Martin, as well as current teammates and besties Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston. Now, their signings don't mean that Clark is guaranteed to sign herself, but it sure can't hurt.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
And if she does join, it will give Clark a lot of stability and familiarity when landing in South Beach. But this actually brings me to my second point, beyond money, of why Clark should join Unrivaled. Integration.
Kumbaya. Wait, anyway.
Much was made all season long about how Clark was so disliked by so many players in the league. Now, to be exceptionally clear, I do not agree with this view. I think like in any industry where talent is your only commodity, competition will always be fierce. It's a dog-eat-dog league, and it's absolutely no different than any other professional sport on earth. That said, I'm of the opinion it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Caitlin to go rub elbows with 35 other great players over the winter in South Beach. To be clear, I'm not saying she needs this. I am saying she could probably benefit from it. As someone that actually watched Caitlin Clark's entire career, and I do mean her entire career, from the time she was a fourth-rated recruit until today, it had been a real long time since I remember seeing Clark having fun on a basketball court. From early in her junior season, she was constantly getting pulled in every direction, whether by media, fans, or business interests. This, of course, with the added pressure of, winning. Flash forward to the first half of her WNBA career, and it was clear she was becoming burned out while seemingly completely absent of any joy. Now, I'm not one of these people that thinks you have to be happy all the time when you're doing your chosen profession, but like many great players before her, they're all better when they're enjoying it. And then came the Olympic break. While many were outraged that Clark wasn't named to the team, she took that time and made the most of it.
I like to recharge my batteries and shut down the engines and get myself back to neutral.
What we saw in the second half of the season was a much improved Fever squad, a rejuvenated Clark, and honestly, it was the first time in nearly 2 years that it looked like she once again was having fun.
Be as active as I could and get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of Caitlin.
Prediction: Clark will go to Unrivaled, and it will be a massive success for her and the league. I, for one, am very excited to see what kind of basketball this league has to offer and if it ends up being a viable option for more players in the future. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you think she should take this offseason to herself. As always, like, share, and hey, hit that subscribe button. It's free.